Hi everyone, I'm Chantel and I am 27 years old and I'm just here to talk about addiction. Um, Basically the life of addiction and the life of my recovery now. And just to sort of, explain where I was at in my addiction and where I'm at now and how much it's changed me. As I say, I was born and reared in Oma. I came from a single parent home, my mum, and I'm very, very grateful for her today. And I'm not really going to go into my childhood, but where alcohol and drugs took me, you know, took me to some very, very dark places. I couldn't stop doing what I was doing. So eventually then the drink and drugs took me to such dark places, trying to commit suicide and everything. And I was in a very, very bad place. But eventually then I got myself into a rehab in Uri and I was there for 3 months. That was 2021 to January 22. I got out of there and I didn't get it right away. I drunk again and but I never gave up. I kept going to my AA meetings. I kept going to the gym. I kept my mind focused, busy. I kept busy and that routine worked for me and it worked for me for a year. I got a year sobriety on the June 22 to June 23, just by the skin of my teeth, by going to my meetings, by dealing with the sponsor, and going through the 12-step recovery program in Alcoholics Anonymous. And I dug deep, I looked real deep into myself, what made me sort of, what triggers were, and having discipline in my life, because when I was in addiction I didn't care about any of those things. I didn't care about discipline, boundaries, nothing. I just didn't care about anything, you know what I mean? Didn't even care about myself. So I just basically was sick of being sick and I was so ill. My family were, got it, they were in pain watching me, do what I was doing to myself. So, and I knew there was something wrong with the way that I was living, and I wasn't living. I was not living. I had no purpose. I had no get up and go in me. And to say, it took me to some very dark places. But from all the pain and everything that I had went through in my life, my whole life, and the grief, of losing family members and stuff, that kicked the drinking off big time. And I didn't know what grief was, so I had to learn and I had to cope and deal with that, and I couldn't really do that very well. But as the time went on anyway, I started, getting into my meetings again, and I got the year and I went back in a relapse and ended up in a detox place, and and finally on the 24th of December last year, I put down the drink and drugs and I haven't looked back since. And here I am now, 10 months sober and living properly for the first time ever in my life. you know, and I'm coming 28 years of age, and I'm only learning now what living is, you know, and how to stop putting down the stick, you know, beating myself up, and, you know, I'm no good and all them different things. Like, I am a good person, and I have put a lot of hard work into myself, you know, and I don't always get things right. I'm human. I mess up from time to time, like, and but alcohol doesn't play a part in it today. You know, the obsession's totally removed by a higher power greater than myself, you know. And I go to church, and, you know, I'm a born again Christian, so that has helped me in itself unreal, you know, to know that Jesus died for me and that his love is eternal, and he gave up his life so I could live, you know. That in itself, and coming to see all them things, and coming to see that God never left me. I left God. You know, God was always there for me. So it's been a real journey, you know, and it is possible. And I'm just sharing that because, you know, I'm giving hope to the next suffering alcoholic. You know, if I can do this, you know, anybody can do it, because, as I say, I lost everything in my life through alcohol and drugs. You know, I lost everything. Nobody wanted me, nobody wanted to be around me. I was a very angry person. I was just somebody that I didn't even recognise with alcohol in me, you know. But we can all change, and change we must. We must, you know, because if we don't, the disease will kill us. And there's no two ways about it. That's what will happen. So anybody out there suffering, basically, reach out, get yourself into a rehab or a detox or something. If you have a problem with drinking drugs, you know, the first step is admitting you're powerless over alcohol and your life's unmanageable. You know, so it's a question you have to ask yourself. Am I powerless over alcohol? Well, me, yes I am. Is my life unmanageable? Yes it is. Step 2 came to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. Yes, it can. And it has done it for me. You know, so I'm just here to help a next suffering alcoholic, addict, whatever it is, I'm here. Because I was once like that, in that dark place, and I'm shining bright. You know, I can go out in the morning, I can hop on the bike, I can go to the gym, I can go, you know, I can go wherever I want to go, and I'm completely at peace. You know, nature, even nature, it's all the wee things that makes it, like, you know, and being grateful for actually being sober and alive, like, you know, so grateful. God's good to me, like, you know, and I'm just here for people that want to reach out to me, and they're suffering or struggling. This too shall pass, you know, things get better. They really do get better. And that's all really. Get to meetings, get to rehab, get in with people that are sober and living their life properly, and that actually want to see you do well. Not the people that party with you every weekend. No. Get the people that want you and care about you and like to see you get well, you know. So I hope I helped somebody anyway, and I'll leave it there.